All right. Let's just make sure this is actually working. There we go. Yee. What up, what up? What up, Onslaught? What's good? Appreciate you, bro. Alright, we got... Let's resize this just a little bit. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to move this back here. There we go. What up? So unlike all the other live streams, this one's actually going to be relatively short. This one should be closer to that half-an-hour mark. I had a request from this one yesterday. I forgot who requested it, but he had like spammed me a bunch of times. That being said, I'm not taking requests like that anymore. I just wanted to do this one because I know he was asking for it for a while. So this is like the one exception. What's up, everybody? And because we already have the base outline for this stencil already done from a previous one that we've done, all we have to do is, of course, modify the colors, which I'll do real quick. This will be light work. First, let me lock this, and then what we gotta do? Select the bottom, make it a nice green, more or less something like that. There we go. And then this section has got to be a nice black. Boom. Now all we have to do is add the text. And now the text is actually pretty interesting. And let me shout out to Onslaught just to kind of explain my methodology. Mythology is like a time period with like the gods, or whatever. I don't know, whatever the word is. My methods, right? What up, J Swag? The text is exactly the same. Obviously, it's dispersed throughout the upper and both sections, but the fundamental core, what it is the same. So that's good. That's actually very good. That's what we want. And this appears to be either this is the medial side of the shoe or this is just the rendition of it. So you see how the front's a little different up here. But that's the core concept of it is still there. Because the text is the same, all I gotta do is recreate the text once, and then I can plop it into all these different spaces where it's supposed to go, and then it's done. So it's not too bad. It takes a little bit of work, but once that initial work is good, then we're good. Now that that's out the way, Jimmy Butler. Did you guys see this? And by the way, I'm sure I have a font that's similar, but for the purposes of this, we are going to go ahead and just recreate it, just to keep it simple. Jimmy Butler, he was traded over to the Philadelphia 76ers. So now the 76ers are officially a super team. And it was Jimmy Butler. It was another player whose name is kind of escaping me right now. I mean, he wasn't like a really big pickup to the team. It was just like an added piece that you get as a perk being traded. So Jimmy Butler, whoever that other person was, that role player, traded for, what was it, Robert Covington, Dario Saric. All right, two good role players. I don't know about good role players, but nice role players, right? Nice pieces that you want to have in your squad. As well as a future second-round pick. I believe it could be next year or it could be later on. I got to double check on that. But overall, when you look at the totality of what the Bulls gave up to get Jimmy Butler, what was it, Zach LaVine, who was just straight up balling, Larry Markkinen, another piece I think it was, to get Jimmy Butler. That whole experiment didn't work out. Shout out to Game Lover. Yeah, and now they got back Dario Saric. Again, he's nice. He's a role player. I'll give him that. Nothing too crazy, but he's not bad. So kudos to him. And Robert Covington, again, another good, nice role player to have. Nothing too crazy about him, but I mean, it is what it is. Trust you get what you give. Bless, right? So And they're going to get a future second round pick, which, I mean, let's be honest. A future second round pick, the expectation levels are so low for whoever that person is. It's just an extra piece added to the pie. It really, really doesn't mean too much when it comes to that. So all in all, it was a good trade, more or less, because here's the thing. If you're the Timberwolves, you don't want to trade Jimmy Butler somewhere out in the West. You know, you don't want to trade him to the Rockets, have them get better to the point where they could beat you. You don't want to trade him anywhere to a team that could give you problems. And that would be pretty much any team in the West. Name one team that you can trade Jimmy Butler to that's not going to make them potentially better than the Timberwolves, and you're going to have a hard time doing that because with Jimmy Butler, the Timberwolves are already like low at the end of the Western Conference. I think the only other team right now worse than them would be the only two teams I think are the Mavs and the Suns. Yeah, so you put Jimmy Butler. What am I doing? I gotta turn this off. Blow me up. There we go. Much better. Sorry about that. Yeah, you put Jimmy Butler in any other squad out in the West, he immediately makes them better, obviously, because he's a good player, one of the best players in the game. He's an all-star for sure. And the problem is, in the West, there's not that many. There's only two teams that are doing worse than them with him on the squad. So to trade him out anywhere west would not be a good look. Appreciate it, Game Lover. So it would have to be out east. Now, I believe the deal breaker for the Miami Heat, Onslaught, you just brought that up. What was it? Was it Josh Richardson, I think his name is? I believe the Miami Heat didn't want to part ways with them. And because that was the case, the deal that they were projecting didn't seem that attractive. You know, it really wasn't anything too crazy. So because of that, that deal was not going to happen. In terms of other teams that they could have gone to in the East, I mean, not really any other teams that were going to provide a better deal than what the Sixers gave. And even then, the Sixers didn't exactly give the best deal in the history of, deals. That's not the point. The point is they offered something that was somewhat comparable because the situation with Jimmy Butler in Minnesota was just getting bad. What was it? The other, and what the heck? There we go. Okay, cool. I think it was the other day. Could have been yesterday or today. I saw a report where it's like, it probably was today, where Jimmy Butler was talking to somebody in management. And I guess recently he had played a game where he was playing like over 40 minutes. I think it was like 41 minutes. And the person said to him something, and he's like, why do I have to play 47 minutes? We got 14 guys on the effing team or something like that. So the point is, and we already knew that the relationship wasn't going good anyway, but just the way things are kind of transcribing right now, like he already said before the season started he didn't want to be there, that he wanted to be traded. That didn't happen immediately because they were trying to wait for a decent deal. So this is bound to happen. I'm surprised it took as long as it did, but at this point, the longer you draw out these kind of things, the worse it's going to get. You've already made the decision, if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves, to have Karl Anthony Towns to be the face of your franchise because you pay this man a lot of money. You already also paid Wiggins a lot of money, and Jimmy Butler has a problem with both of them. The sooner you get him out, the sooner you can kind of, look forward into the future and see what you guys can do. You have two bench players, or I guess you could argue some of them, one or two of them could be a starter with Saric and Covington, depending on how you guys want to have up your lineup. Derrick Rose is balling, which is a good sign, because if he wasn't balling, then it wouldn't benefit. It wouldn't be good. So because, and let's see, equality, we need the T and the Y. We can grab the T and the Y from here, or we grab them from here since it's easier to see, and then we can just move them up there, and then we go. So all in all, okay guys, now that he's officially a 76er, so let's think. They didn't have to give up Markelle Fultz. They're still trying to, work him in, trying to get him to the player that he should be, man. This guy was a #1 pick, okay? Number 3rd pick in that same draft last year, Jason Tatum. Like, he's balling. Even Lonzo Ball showed a lot of promise as opposed to Markelle Fultz. I feel like whenever I watch Markelle Fultz, it's almost like he's not comfortable playing the professional game. Like, he knows how to play basketball. I don't care what he says. I don't care if he thinks he can't shoot or whatnot. He knows how to play basketball, all right? So no excuses. But it just, I don't know, like, when you watch him play, it's like, does this guy, like, feel comfortable? Every time he moves with the ball, it's like, I don't feel confident in whatever it is that he's about to do. And that's me from a spectator point. Granted, he could have a good game every now and then, but it's not like he's been balling out this season either. So they definitely need him to step up if they want to have serious championship aspirations. Because if not, they're going to be in a bit of a rut. They traded up their number 3 pick to get him. You know, so this is serious, man. This is serious. This is also fascinating. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the East. Now the East is deadly. Now we got a few teams. I'm not saying any one of these teams in particular are going to give Golden State a run. Not saying that. But now it makes the East a lot more interesting. That's 100%. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to make a copy. Bring it over right around where it should go. And then it looks like we have another one going here. Something like that. Oh no. Here. Another one kind of extending out here. There we go. Copy. We're going to have it here. This one kind of goes here. This one kind of goes there. That one kind of starts there. I'm just worried about the positioning right now. Obviously, this is going to look better after I actually clean up all the extras. But I just want the general positioning at the moment. I'm not too worried about the rest because the rest will be taken care of for sure. We're going to grab all these guys. I want this guy to be moved over here. There we go. Okay. First thing we can do is get rid of all the letters we absolutely do not need. I don't need this. I don't need... Okay, you guys can actually stay. So like these letters down here, I don't need you guys. This L, you can go. I don't need this T, this Y. I need the Y actually. I don't need these letters right here though. Okay, we're getting there. What up, Noah? What up, Aaron? What up, guys? Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start cutting these girls up. But we gotta ungroup this, yeah. Alright. So that works for that. Rinse and repeat. Although it's gonna be kind of tough to rinse and repeat with this because that's not gonna do what I expect it to do. So we're gonna scissor it up. And that for the most part works. Especially if we just shift that down. Very good. Alright, so that part's done. We're going to take care of this E right quick. We can actually slice it the same way. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Because think about it. Now the East is fascinating. We got the Sixers. Right? We got... Eric, come on. There we go. We have Toronto. Toronto's not looking too bad. I'm kind of weary on Toronto, though. Because Kawhi's not even 100%. And they're looking good. Or are they 11-1? Something like that. So that's nuts. Okay? You can't sleep on Boston. I don't care what you say. You can't do it, man. The last thing you want to do is sleep on Boston. And then Milwaukee's putting in work too. Now they lost earlier today. They lost to the Clippers, actually. Which is okay. I mean, the Clippers are actually doing better than projected. Ah, wait, why did we do that? There we go. Okay, so that top part A. Hold up. This don't make no sense. There we go. Okay, so that's looking good. We got to add. What up, Riley? Of course I remember you, yo. Actually, not really. But I appreciate you nonetheless. So let's copy this. So now we have a pattern that goes the opposite direction. Towards the toe. So let's see. We have on the second peak. So we can do some of this. Copy it over there. I think it goes over here. Something like that, and then something like that. More or less? Yeah, more or less. Was okay. This is almost done, by the way, guys. I tell you, today's gonna be a shorter live stream, which is good because I got so much homework to do. I got so many moves to make. I'm so hyped. Tomorrow's How to Draw video is finally back. It is on the legendary Kyrie 5. If you guys haven't already seen my video on my first thoughts behind the design of Kyrie 5, make sure you check out my channel. Check that out. That was a pretty funny video. Pretty fun live stream. I'm biased, of course, when I say these things. But I thought it was good. You know what thing I like about my, not to like, well, you know what, I guess I'll brag a bit about KicksArt.com, the greatest website in the history, man. One thing I like about it too, if you guys are into footwear design, even though it's not like a resource for that, at least for me, and let me know if you guys have this, what the heck? Let me know if this makes sense to you guys as well. Like, when I'm looking at these stencils, like, because I have the stencils on there, and especially for like the Jordans, right, the Kobe's, the KD's, the LeBrons, when you see all those stencils, let me just move this back. Ooh, okay, we're gonna move this back too. Yeah, all right, I like it. When you look at all those stencils, right, you can see, because normally when you look at sneakers, you see them colored. Of course, you're looking at the initial colorway or whatever colorway the sneaker you want. When you're looking at the stencils, you're looking at the raw, unedited design. Just the flat out, just the flat out design. To me, that's very interesting. I find that super fascinating. Because you can see just black and white how the designs have changed over each year. And I think a good example of that is LeBron. You can kind of see how his shoes have evolved over the years. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this up like this. Like this? Yeah, like that. Very nice. Next we're going to cut this one. Yeah. Cut like that. We gotta drop these girls back. Excuse me. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. One more time for the people in the back. Say it loud, say it proud. Drop them back. Okay. And then, of course, this has to be dropped back too. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. Makes sense to me. And then we just got this. So this U can be gone. We got to cut this up, and then I think we're good. Bam. Not too shabby. If we want to be technical, technically we can... No. No. One more. Yeah. Because, you know, like the heel on this is black. And then if we want to be super technical, technically the toe has a little black on there too. We can do that. We can do that. Why not, right? It's America. We do what we want. Alright, guys. I think that's it. I just heard some like weird sounds. I don't know if you guys heard that. Alright, guys, like I said, shorter video, not too long, which is good because I got homework to do. Let's zoom in nice and proud. I'm not going to post a poll for tomorrow's how to draw video because it's going to be the Kyrie 5. So you guys already know. Alright. Got some stencils I got to upload. I got to upload the Kyrie 5 stencil still. Been so busy. But we're going to make it through it. This quarter is going to be nuts. Hopefully by the start of next year, everything's back into a smooth, easy transition. Even though that might not be the case. Still going to upload videos. Still going to have these live streams. You guys already know. Appreciate everybody watching. For the person who requested this, I don't think he's in the live stream, but I mean, if you're watching this in the playback, I hope you're happy. I hope I met your expectations, whatever they were. I appreciate you guys for watching. Y'all already know, man, this Jimmy Butler trade is so crazy, though. Yo, the East is good, man. I'm telling you, the top 4 teams in the East could definitely give some of those teams in the West a run. I'm just saying, not like a big run. Well, no, that's not true, a big run. The Warriors are an exception, but I'm just saying, guys, basketball is getting interesting. In about 10 or so games, we're going to really see what's going down with these teams. We're going to see how the team dynamic works. We're going to get a feel for where these teams are going to be positioned up until the rest of the regular season. So I'm hyped. Super excited, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget KicksArt.com for all your sneaker stencil needs. Yell already? No! I'm doing daily content, new how to draw video coming tomorrow. I'm so hyped. You guys should be too. Appreciate everybody watching. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your night. Yay!